Hi, I'm Rick Child, founder of the Ashford Group LLC, and we are an analytics and digital media buying agency. This video is one in a series of videos that discusses Google Analytics 4 and how it integrates with Google Tag Manager, Looker Studio, and BigQuery. In this session, we'll focus on where's my missing data and how it relates to timing and reporting identity. On analytics forums, I see a lot of people discussing how they're missing data, yet they think they've set everything up correctly in GA4. And quite frankly, most of the time, they're right. They did set it up correctly. The issue has more to do with timing and reporting identity. In terms of timing, GA4 is not a real-time system. In fact, it typically takes 24 hours for all the data to come in, typically overnight. But it can take up to 72 hours before all the data is fully loaded. And that's especially true if you set up a new event, or if you set up new e-commerce, or if you have added a new page to the website. Those can really take that full 72 hours before they show up. So if you're missing data and it's been less than 72 hours, it may still come in, and you may really have set it up correctly. However, if it's been more than 24 hours, it might be time to start looking for it by changing your reporting identity. So let's take a look at reporting identity here in the Google Merge Shop. If we click on Admin, and then scroll about halfway down, you'll see reporting identity. And when we pull it up, you'll see there's two that's showing, blended and observed. But if we go over to the Show All button, we'll see the third one, device-based. I'm not quite sure why Google hides device-based, but it does. But you need that device-based when you're out here trying to troubleshoot, looking for missing data. So let's talk about the three different reporting identities. There's blended. If we click on the down arrow, you'll see that it gives a nice description of what blended is. So it's user ID data, it's Google Signal data, it's device ID data, and it's modeling data. And you'll see it's saying that in the Google Merge Shop, there's one inactive method. And it says that inactive method is modeling. And in fact, for most clients of mine, modeling is inactive because they haven't hit the data thresholds yet. Because Google Analytics 4 has really set that data threshold very, very high. Hopefully one day they'll lower it as it gets more comfortable with modeling. But as of right now, if you're not getting model data, you're not the only one. In fact, you're probably in the majority. The second set of reporting identity data is observed. So it's the same as blended, except it doesn't try to do any model data, which in this case makes it the same as the blended because we said the model data is inactive. So it's the same thing, probably with your account, it probably is also the same thing. The third, though, is device-based. And device-based, it gets rid of the user ID, the Google signals, the model data, and it's just using device-based. And why that's important when you're troubleshooting and looking for missing data is that when GA4 is using Google signals and model data, it needs a fair bit of data in order to show everything to you. The reason being that for model data, it needs a fair bit of data in order to do that modeling accurately. And with the Google signals, Google's worried that you're going to somehow use that data to identify personal information. So it shuts it down when you have a dimension that's giving you very small granular data. In other words, if you have an event that has only fired 3 or 4 times in the time frame you're looking at, it's going to threshold that out when you're using blended or observed data, so you're not going to see it. Same thing if you have a page that's perhaps in the back end of your website, doesn't get a lot of page views, it's not going to show up in blended and observed. Also, like with e-commerce, if you have an item that has only been purchased a couple of times, in blended and observed, you're unlikely to see that. And so you need to change reporting identity to device-based in order to see that small granular data. So let's go into the reports for a minute. And Google gives you a hint already on here that it's not going to show you all the data. And that's this red triangle here. If you look at this red triangle, and you click on it, it says thresholding applied. So Google has applied thresholding to this card and will only display the data when the data meets the minimum aggregation thresholds. So it's already telling you it's not going to show you small sets of data. So again, if you had an event with only a few hits to it, if you have a page with only a few hits to it, it's already telling you they will not show you that data under the reporting identity you're using right now, which is either blended or observed. But if you go back and switch that over to device-based, then that thresholding will go away and it will show you that data. So one of the important things about reporting identity is that when you are using it, you want to make sure that you're consistent about how you pull reports. So you want to set up what is going to be your default. With my clients, I recommend that they use blended. I think that is the best business practice because it gives the most data, because it's trying to model in and it's trying to use Google Signals to fill in the data that it doesn't get from people who are blocking cookies. However, again, when you're looking for something small, you might have to go to device space to find it. Just remember to put it back to blended, because when you hit save, and you have to hit save in order to get any reports to come out, you have saved it for everybody. So anybody else going to the system using the assistance of GA4 is going to also pull device-based until you've put it back to blended. So it's important to have a default. It's important that you keep it in that default, except when you need to do something else, and then put it back when you're done. So don't panic if you're missing data. Look for it by changing your reporting identity to device-based. If you're still not seeing it, and it's been more than 72 hours, well, then you really do have a problem, in which case it's probably time to get some help. If you found this video useful, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to ring the bells so that you'll get notifications when we post a new video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is found in the video description. We also offer GA4 training, typically as 2 45-minute sessions. If you're interested, please reach out to me at rickc@theashfordgroupllc.com. Thank you.